Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. Today, it's been a while since I've done a video, and today we're going to be talking with. Actually, we're here with Inti, right?
Hello,
Say hi.
everyone.
And he's going to be answering. He's going to be looking for your questions in the comment section, so that we can do the questions and answer period at the end of this of the show. But today we're going to be talking about my what happened at La VidConf and the conference that I was at last week in Uruguay, and price action on Bitcoin. I'm going to be doing a little bit of TA on Bitcoin. Also, we're going to be also talking about the Bitcoin sentiment, basically how people feel in the market right now that Bitcoin is going down. Also, I'm going to be doing a little bit of channel news as before we get on to the questions and answer period. So, with that said, please hit the like and hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. It's very important that you do that because YouTube is going to be closing down a lot of YouTube channels in the future. And if you really like my content, you really like the show, you could help support this channel by just hitting the like button and hitting the subscribe button to this feed. All right. With that said, let's head on to what happened at Lab BitConf. Okay, so let me just bring that up. So yeah, I was at Lab BitConf last week. I was a speaker as well there. I'm gonna post up the video of my speech. It wasn't that great because they messed up on my slides and stuff like that. But you know what? I managed to improvise as well. And also, I have the video of the person who went before me. It's very interesting. So, be cool. So, yeah, we it was interesting also because I also met up with Andreas Antonopoulos and for dinner, and we chatted for a bit, and then we had a great time. So, love that, and I'm looking forward to other conferences. We are going to be going. I am going to be going to quite a few conferences coming down the line. One of the conferences I'm going to be going to again is the Financial Summit. I really had a great time at the Financial Summit. For this is a Tone Vase Financial Summit. We went to that Financial Summit, and oh man, it was a blast. In October, it was great. It was in Bali. I learned a lot. I got a lot from this particular financial summit um, on trading and so forth, and it was just a great camaraderie. Great fellowship there. It was great, and then of course the location was just awesome. Um, but the main takeaway was the education there. It was just invaluable. So I'm looking forward to joining Tone Vase in Dominican Republic in April. All right. So with that said, I'm also moving on to the World Economic Forum. I'm not going there. Forget it. Unless somebody pays me to go there, it's just crazy, right? I mean, an apartment there is like $20,000, right, just to get a room. Just crazy. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing it again. I'm not freezing my butt off again, right? And it's just one big party, and yeah, no thanks. And then I like how it says on the front page 3 ways to make the 2020s decade we close the gender gap. I mean, what gender gap? Oh my God, don't like. I'm not gonna get started on that. Jesus. Alrighty, so moving on to Anarchapulco. Yes, I'm highly, highly likely I'm going to be going to the Anarchapulco. It's lots of fun there, right? It's a great time, and also lots of information and so forth to about everything about improving your lives and so forth, and also cryptocurrencies and anarchy, basically how we should live without government. I don't agree with that kind of stance. I think we need a little bit of government just to protect us from the people who do organize a communist government, to attack us, because in an anarchy state, organization of public, right? What will happen is you'll create all the wealth, and then a communist government organization will go, well, they've got all the money, let's go and take it, and they will come and take it. So that's that's the problem with anarchy, right? So, anyways, with that said, let's move on to our technical analysis for today. Yeah, Bitcoin. Oof, sad, so sad. I mean, there's nothing here to say that Bitcoin is going higher. We've broken down, and it looks like we're going to be breaking this bottom level here. There's the only thing you can do is short this thing, but not don't. I would be setting tight stops. Any kind of high rally, you should look for an opportunity to short on a short term time frame, like on the 5 minute charts and 15 minute charts. We You can see that the Bollinger Band tightened up here, and then we just broke down. Um, yeah, this thing is gonna break this low here, and we're probably gonna go lower. How low we're gonna go? I would say we should head down. You know what? I haven't done an extension study. Let's see here. Where would I best do the extension study? I would say let me try it because I haven't done that actually. An extension study would go from here to here, and then let's see here. That's I think I drew that wrong. Yeah, I did. Okay, that's all right. Let's go with that. Let's take these ones off because we don't need them. Because we're doing extensions, and then I'm going to reverse this, and then I'm going to go see where this can go. Wow. Okay, so interesting enough, right? We have the 1.13 down at 6,000, which is key level actually. So that's interesting how that's there. That's a level that traders will be taking profits on as we come down. So you could pretty much, if you're going to short, I would suggest you take profits around the just before the 6,000 level. Um, and look at that. What also lines up on the extension study is that the 1.27 level. This is also Fibonacci level. So you could see that it's lined up with the 78.6. So that's pretty interesting, I find. And so we might find a lot of pressure there because another thing that's lines up, right, with that is the I'm going to bring up the what's it called, the weekly time frame, because this is the what's it called, the daily, and we've broken down here, but let's see here. Before that, we bring that up. I'd watch out for this level here. Let's see here. If we break down today, I don't think so. We might have to wait to hold off a little day, another day. But if we break down to the 6,300 level, I would suggest you should hunt, watch if you're doing scalp trades or short time frame trades. Watch out for the market to turn there. Let's see here. Let's skip that. I want to hide this. I want to bring up the weekly chart here. Give it a second, and the weekly. So what's interesting is that if this takes its time to come down to the 78.6, we could see the weekly the 200 weekly average come up and brush up against the 78.6, along with the extension level. I mean, you've got a buy order made in heaven there basically, because there's so much convolution of events and Fibonacci studies and so forth. You've got the moving average, you've got, and also probably the weekly. You know what? Let's take a look at the weekly. Um, if it would give us some sort of Divergence. Yeah, we might get even the weekly divergence in the MACD, especially if there's a little bit of a bounce before we roll over again. If we come back down here, roll bounce a little bit, and cause the MACD to like settle down a bit, and then come down here. Oh boy, we'll definitely get a divergence here on the MACD. Will we get a divergence on the RSI? Um, let's see here.
Davinci,
Yeah, what's up?
you should move the webcam a little bit higher. I mean, in the screen, so people can see the chart.
Oh, okay, sure. Let me just move this over here, and there you go. So do we have? Thank you for letting me know. We'll get a divergence on the longer time frame for sure on the weekly. So for example, but that's not. I don't think that's gonna count because the weekly bottom is here, so it won't count that particular divergence. Um, but we won't get a weekly divergence. That would have been more powerful, of course, if we got a weekly divergence. But yeah, so I would say right here would be the best time to buy, basically. Alrighty. If you're buying Bitcoin on you should be only buying on a what's a dollar cost average, but that would be probably the best time to load the boat, basically, if you are interested in loading the boat on Bitcoin. But this is no guarantee that we'll come down here. There's no guarantee that that will happen. Um, there's a high probability that we will do that, but no guarantees that will happen. So you should be buying all the way down with a dollar cost average plan. All right. Is there a trade here? Only scalp trades, honestly. If you want to trade this thing, you only have scalp trades, and this is very dangerous here, right? Because the market will take your money here on scalp trades. Basically, if you want to look for a scalp trade, you have to one's happening right here. You can do the breakout trade on the 15 minute if you want to. I don't do that because I want to let the market come to me. I I sometimes do that and forget my. This is why I don't day trade because I always forget my rules. Right, I get too emotionally involved and then one trade and I end up not letting the market come to me. And so you could do this breakout trade because look, we're coming down here and it could go. It's gonna probably break today down here. So, oh, too late. It's already gone. This is why. That's another reason why I don't do breakout trades, because it happens so fast, right? It's hard to catch them. And yeah, so basically, I would look to take profits at the 6,300 level if you're gonna take this breakout trade. I would set your stop losses as your entry at your entry point here. Um, Once we break this point, this level here, right, you move your stop loss to here. This is where your stop loss should be up here currently, and then move it down to here on this particular breakout trade. All right. With that said, let's move on to Bitcoin sentiment. And right now, right, a lot of people don't understand what Bitcoin is, right? Right. When I read this, right, it was pretty clear to me, right? Bitcoin makes no sense. My father says, and I'm saying, well, you worked in your 20s, you worked in your 30s, you worked in your 40s. You keep working in your 50s and still work in your I mean in your 50s and still work in your 60s. Your dad says, "Do you have a point? Where is your money?" Right? And the question is the question that answer is the answer to this question is basically the money went to the government because they print government and to the wealthy because they printed the money and stole it from you. That's where the money went. They stole it from you. They stole it from you through your savings plan. They stole it from you through your what's it called, through inflation. It was all stolen from you, and you don't understand. And most people don't understand that. And so the lack of understanding, you can see that lack of understanding from this sarcastic remark by this person. Stupid dads work for 40 years instead of speculating. Well, I have to point out, right? And I did in this message, I believe. Let me see here if it's here. Let me see here. I pointed out, it's not here, but anyways, I don't know where it went. The message, the reply. I pointed out that that if you speculate that if you think that if you work hard, save your money, and be able to retire, that's a speculation. That's a speculation that the government will do things right. That's a speculation that that your savings will be there. That's a speculation that things will work out right, and that speculation is what everybody else does. And so, do you think what everybody does, is what's going to work well for you? No, it doesn't. It never works out. So, the right thing to do, right, is to learn how our financial system works, and then move away from how all the banks and all the governments tell us, okay, well, you know what, save in your IRA, save money in your 401k, save money in your no, don't do any of those things, because that is the wrong way to go. Now, I've gotten a lot of messages, not just here on Twitter, but on different platforms. And one of the messages here, right, says, it asked me, hey, hello man, how are you? I have the following your post for a long time, and I see your vids on YouTube. This message is to tell you that lately I have been very disappointed with BTC. Do you think I should continue investing in Bitcoin? Thanks for your reply. Cheers. I'm from Argentina, right? And so I've looked at this, I'm thinking, wow, you feel that Bitcoin is going to go to zero, or you're going to lose your money. Imagine how I felt, right? And I was explaining here in Spanish that I actually did buy a lot of Bitcoins at $32, which was the top down when I first got into Bitcoins, at the very top. And I watched it go down to $2, and I continued to buy, even though I'd lost like 90%, right? And then I watched it. I watched to stay around $5, $5 to $7 for like a year or more, right? And I just told them, listen, you know what? If you want to sell, because a lot of people have asked me if they should sell. This is where the banks are buying, because they're planning to sell it to the public, right? In Germany, this is already set up. Do you think that they would wait until they can have the rights to sell it before they go and buy, or will they buy right now, wait for the price to go higher, and then sell it to the public? There you go. I think you already know the question of that. This is what makes the rich stay richer, is that you sell when you panic sell when they are dumping the price on you, and this is this is normal. This is normal to feel this way, right? Don't feel bad. The market is designed to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people all the time, and so it will definitely try to steal from you by getting you to feel that this is going to go wrong, you've made the wrong decision, and it's just part of who you are as an animal, right? When you see there's not people coming into this market, you see that the videos about Bitcoin, the amount of user count is going down. You see that not a lot of people are interested when you talk to people about Bitcoin. They're like all sad and scared. You end up feeling the same way, and yeah, you're going to act when you feel that way, you're going to want to act, and that's the wrong thing to do, to sell, to act and sell at this time frame. And the same applies when Bitcoin is going higher. Basically, you're going to feel that everybody's coming in, and you'd feel stupid to be the one that's selling at the high price, but that'd be the right thing to do. And it's really difficult to to do what the opposite of everybody else. Really difficult, because right now everybody else feels like, oh my God, why should I buy bitcoins? It's going to zero. It's going to collapse. It's a horrible investment. It's always going down. I don't want to do. I don't want to get any more into this. But this is the time to. This is actually the time to be buying. This is the time to be slowly accumulating into bitcoins, um, and selling when everybody's coming in. And yeah, just whatever you feel right now, right? The opposite is going to happen in the future, and I think within 2 years you're going to feel the opposite of what you feel right now if you start buying here. So please buy some Bitcoin right now, right? If you feel that way, if you feel like oh my God, the world's coming into an end with Bitcoin, just go out and buy some right now. Just buy a little bit. Just buy like $50 worth or something like that. Because now and then you get that, you understand that this is the time to buy. You'll be doing the right thing at the right moment right now if you buy $50 worth or whatever of Bitcoin. All right, so with that said, I want to talk about the channel. Yeah, I'm going to be reducing the amount of videos that I'm going to be doing, because one of the things I want to do is I want to focus on Pandora's wallet and programming. This is my main thing that I like to do. Um this is mostly a hobby for me, this doing videos. So um, yeah, I really prefer to program. And so I want to build something. I want to pivot Pandora's wallet a little bit. I want to be able to create an exchange internally to Pandora's wallet, but not like the normal exchange, where basically we hold the money and then you trade between the people. No, no, no. I want to build in atomic swaps so that you can request inside the wallet, hey, I want to sell this at this price, and if you want to take this order, you can, and you just automatically do an atomic swap. I want to build that into bitcoins now. At the same time, I know you guys want to watch. You want to see me more often. You want to see more videos, and yeah, that's fine. But you know what? I need I need to see more more information on whether or not you guys really want to see more videos. And if you do, guys, if you do want to see more videos, you can help out this channel and show me your appreciation of the channel by purchasing any of the products that I have available in the description below. And you can just see that for this Christmas, if you want to order like any of the products. So, for example, if you want to um, purchase a what's it called, a Ledger wallet, right? I should better organize it. If you want to like connect to Coinigy and purchase a Coinigy an account there, right? You can click on any of these affiliate links, right? And really help out the channel. So if you're interested in seeing me doing more than just one video a week, please click on purchase some of these items and help out the channel. And I will, if I make some, if this starts to earn some more income, then I will also improve the quality of the videos and do more videos as well. Um, yeah, with that said, all right, let's head over to the questions and answer period of this show. So, Inti, what do you got for us?
Okay, people have been doing a lot of great questions here.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so, and Holleman, as always, asks, Gold doing good in spite of the stock market being at all-time highs. Any opinions? Price predictions for 2020?
Gold for 2020. Well, you know what? I haven't brought up a chart of gold in a long while, so let me just go do that, and let's do some price analysis, long-term price analysis on gold. Let's see here, gold trade chart. Okay, there we go. That's it. And let's bring you guys into this, and let's go to a longer term, because you know what? That's the only thing we care about is long term for gold. So we're gonna go even longer than the daily time frame. We're gonna go weekly, right? What we see here is gold has already broken out. A test of this breakout level is probably imminent. Um, it doesn't have to, but knowing knowing the cabal, they're probably going to bring it down to the 1375 level to shake out any last weekends before this thing goes higher. Now, because this is on a weekly chart, I would say that's what to expect for this year. Now, the thing is, right? With this my particular thesis is that at the end of the year, gold likes to rally at the into the new year. So I would say we'll probably rally up into the 1500 level, and if we don't break this high, right, we'll roll over and roll down. If we don't break the all-time high, the local high right here, not the all-time high right down up here, talking about this local high. If we don't break this local high, we'll roll back down or on a weekly basis. If we do, you can forget about the retest of this level here, this breakout level. Um, and we should be going to break the all-time high sometime 2021. Yeah, so that'd be a great thing. I don't think it will probably do it in the 2020, but it all depends, right? If a bank collapses, yeah, you can kiss all your analysis goodbye when it comes to the dollar. Um, not to say that meaning that it will take off, because you know what, honestly, there could be a chance that we repeat what happened in 2008, and this market gets tanked, because keep in mind, this is just people speculating and don't own this. Anybody who owns this particular asset doesn't own gold. And if um if the traders understand this, right, they're probably going to sell this to buy actual gold and cause the price, because this sets the price. This is the price. This will cause the price to drop, right? Even though it's not actual gold, right? And so consider that, right? Um, and then they won't be able to buy the actual gold, because as they drop this thing, um, the gold price, people are not going to sell their gold, their physical actual gold, at a low price when they know that, hey, you know what, the dollar's collapsing. So it'll be very interesting during a dollar collapse, because I think this thing will do the opposite of what most people think, because this is not gold, and I think most traders understand that. So yeah, next question.
Next question. Okay. Um, okay, this is from RD. Some people argue that Bitcoin has a lot of flaws, not getting any better. Thoughts?
Well, people think that Bitcoin has a lot of flaws, and you know what? They're right. They're absolutely right. It does have a lot of flaws. Um, just like I thought, um, email had a lot of flaws. I thought also TCP/IP had a lot of flaws, and so did a lot of other people, right? Yet both email and TCP/IP are the only standard for 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 the internet. Uh, there is no other. You don't see people using AOL mail, which is a totally different standard. You don't see CompuServe anywhere. They used a different email method. You don't see them being around anymore, and they're a lot better, right? There's a lot better protocols out there that than TCP/IP that allowed for more than 255 computers on a local network, right? But yet we're here with TCP/IP, right? And it was thought to not be able to scale, right? Protocols are extremely different animal than a physical thing, right? You look at Bitcoin, and you compare it to a physical thing like a car, and you say, well, you know what, this car or this airplane is good enough to get the job done, but it has a lot of problems, right? And somebody else makes it even better, right? And so you think that, well, somebody makes that and they make it better and they sell more and they make more money. So you take that same logic and then you apply that to protocols, right? That, hey, you know what, someone's going to make a better protocol, and make a lot of money. Well, the problem with that is that uh, it's not just general people using buying, buying an asset and and using it. It's protocol is just a means of communication, a means of doing something, just a method of doing something. And because it's a method of doing something, there's two things that could happen. One, if you make a better one, somebody can just copy it. And two, if everybody's using a protocol, that makes it difficult for them to switch away from that. So let's just say you're a programmer, you invested a lot of time and a lot of effort into Bitcoin. It makes it very, very difficult for you to switch away. If you're an investor, right, and you're investing in not just an investor, but a large corporation, and you've added a lot of investment time and money into a particular uh, protocol, it makes it very difficult for you to switch away, especially since there's a lot of support out there for you in that protocol. So it's very difficult for Bitcoin to be unseated as the number one protocol. Extremely difficult. It's not impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's extremely difficult. And you know what? People will just fix it. Basically, they will just improve it instead of like trying to switch away, because that requires rebuilding from the ground up another protocol, and getting the same kind of network effect of people interested in the same in that new protocol, and that takes time and a lot of effort, and it's just easier to stick with what you've already got, and that's what people are going to do. All right, next question.
Okay, this is from Abdullah Anjum and make me laugh a lot.
Mhm.
He says, Da Vinci, what is your all in and all out price?
What's my all-in price? Well, 40. I think it was like $4,000. I think because that's
You have an all in price?
yeah, yeah. I think about around the $4,000 mark. The last turn. Um, let me look at that. I think it is here, Rhea. It's like around. It's around $4,000, 4,300. That's that's a that is the absolute bottom there, I think. I mean, can it go lower? Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Not only that, guess what's there? The 1.61.8 I mean, see, 1.61, 61.8. Sorry. So that's an extension level. It happens to be right at my all-in price. That's it. So that's where I'd go. Okay, pound the table, buy, just go all in, and do everything you've got, all your savings at that price is where I would say my all-in price is. As for all out, that's a little bit more difficult to say, but as a number, but as an event horizon, right, that I'll be looking for is the ETF coming online. Once the date for the ETF in the United States comes to fruition, that will be my all out price. Unfortunately, I'm not going to take dollars. No, 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 no. I'm going to be looking for a gold back cryptocurrency. If you can, so far, I only trust Volturo is the one that I'm going to work with right now. Any others? If you can find something that's decent, please help me out. I'll be interested in any cryptocurrency, as long as you can like switch between the two um, at all times, right? That's what I'm interested in. 'Cause there's no way I'm going to be selling into dollars. Not a chance in the next bull run. I'm just going to be selling into gold. That's it. So if you can help me find something decent for that, that'd be appreciative.
Now, a disclaimer for people, but since it's pretty obvious too,
Mhm.
is that is it recommendable to have an all-in price, like betting the farm, literally?
No. No, it's not, because you know what? Anything can happen. Because you know what? Something, Bitcoin could be cracked, right? Unlikely, but there could be something that goes wrong, right? The government could, say, hey, you know what? It's illegal. The United States government could say it's illegal, and to own bitcoins. The same with the Chinese government can say that. Um, uh, yeah, a lot of things can go wrong um, if you go all in. But if you're willing to accept that possibility, that's my all in price, and it's not recommended, but hey, you know what? If you no risk, no high risk, no high reward. So that's what I would do, and it's not what you should not maybe not something you should do, right? And that's totally up to you. All right, next question.
Next question. This one is from Alex Crypto. He says, Davinci, do you think Bitcoin will hit 250K in 2022, like Tim Draper predicts this?
Yeah, I think Tim was just hedging his bets and saying 2022. I think it will happen before that, sometime before, yeah, 2000, before, well, maybe in the 2022, but sometime between now and the end of 2022, we should see Bitcoin at 250,000. What would be worse is if we see it at $1 million. That would be really bad but for the long run of Bitcoin, meaning that you know what, it will be crushed at a million. After a million, it will be crushed down to and stay down for quite some time before it actually gets built back up again. So yeah, that'd be the only problem. The only problem. I hopefully it just only goes to 250,000, maybe 300,000. All right, next question.
All right. This is from Aditya Bimoli and ask if BTC goes down to 6K. You said you will sell your car, your house, and buy BTC. Are you willing to do that still?
I didn't say 6K, did I? I don't remember
I
if I
don't
said.
know. This is what the question says.
I don't remember if I said 6K, but I was thinking around 4,000 level is where I would go. I remember saying a lot lower than that, but anyways, I would consider it actually selling everything at $4,000. And but you know what? That level will not last long enough for me to actually sell and in realistic terms to sell everything and buy Bitcoin because it's not going to last very long. If it does last, whatever time price lasts below 4,000, that's I'd be happy to buy it. Unless there's proven something wrong with Bitcoin, which I doubt. I'd be buying, selling everything and buying. Yes.
Okay. So this is from D Sagar and ask, what are the chances of none of this happening and an unexpected quick price discovery to box in a new top?
Well, what's the likelihood that we just explode to another all-time high? Is that the question,
Yeah,
really?
I think unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly? Um, I would give that a small percentage chance of like 5% or less. Because right, with the U.S. dollar being what it is, a fiat currency, and it's so fragile at this point in time, there is a small percentage chance that something occurs that's unexpected and collapses the whole currency. So imagine, let's just say, there's a earthquake in California, and California falls into the ocean. It's devastating, right? And would collapse the U.S. economy, right? And there is a percentage chance of that. Um, that could happen, right? It's not. It's not. People call that a black swan, but really, we know that that is possible. Same with a meteorite, a large meteorite hitting the United States or any other parts of the world where there's a large economic activity and wiping out that large economic activity that's everybody needs, and then yeah, that will begin the spiral, death spiral of the dollar. So yeah, the that kind of tail risk is possible and would cause a spike in Bitcoin, unexpected spike in Bitcoin to crazy highs, right? Some sort of tail risk, right? Uh, an accidental nuclear bomb going off, right? Would freak a lot of people out, right? Yeah, so you got to watch out for all those things, and it's possible, right? So that's why you have a hodl position. So yeah, hodl away, both with Bitcoin and gold, just in case, right? And silver. Next question.
Next question. So this is from, I think it's Eiler Bixler and says, is there one application that will make Bitcoin become mass adopted faster?
Yes. Um, I would say something that would make it easier for the average person to use and protect their private keys would be the application that would make the adoption a lot faster. So if there's some sort of decentralized way to manage your private keys and ensure that if you lose your keys that somebody can recover it, that would rapidly take off the adoption. Yeah. So that's my answer to that question.
Okay, next. Alice A. Davinci, do you believe that new ways to find criminals in the space will be improving the next years? For example, if someone scams you with Bitcoin, is there any hope for you to get the money back? Do you think that that could happen in the future? Or the fact that are decentralized are going to make it even harder?
Well, I that's a good question. The problem, and it has like a two prong um, problem with that. Although you can see the benefits of getting your money back should a criminal rob you, um, there's great benefits in that, right? Of course, right? In an honest society, we want to ensure that we want to make it impossible for the criminal elements to take advantage of the average people, and then make criminality on this network a thing that people just don't do. However, with that if we were to create some sort of system like that, what happens is then the criminals will actually use it to their advantage, and the most proliferant criminal is the government. They will definitely control this. If they can get, if you can get your money back, they can also take the money from everybody else, and they will use that to do that. So that's the problem with that, and then make it difficult for you to actually to do commerce, because what if they know where the money is, um, then they can say, well, you know what, you can't spend the money here, um, unless we say so. So they can control what you do, and also make it easier for them to tax and take your money as well. So it's very, although it's positive to have such a system where thieves can't steal from us, unfortunately, the biggest thief on the planet will use it to steal from us, which is government. And so we can't have that particular feature really. Uh, we just have to be the best way to deal with thieves is through knowledge and sharing our knowledge to avoid them in the first place. And that's the best way for us to deal with common criminals, and so that we are not um, subjected to the largest criminal, subjects to the largest criminal on the planet, which is the government. All right, next question.
Okay, this is from GM and ask if there is a global recession. I like that one. How do you guys think that will this affect Bitcoin price in the future? No, midterm.
In the short term, of any global economic crisis, uh, there'd probably be a quick spike down quickly, um, only because the way our financial system works, it requires there's a lot of debt basically. So when people buying Bitcoin, they're buying it with debt, and so what happens is in this financial collapse, asset prices drop, and in one area, and then causes the other area to cascade on itself. Um, and the reason that happens is because of the debt-based monetary system. When you for example, we saw this in the housing crisis, right? um, when you can't when the when the price of an asset starts to drop, and people go, okay, well, I need to sell this to pay off my debt. Now they realize, wait a second, oh my god, I don't have enough to pay off the debt, right? So what do? Well, they sell another set of assets that did go up in value. And so they sell that asset to cover their debts on the other asset they were in debt for. And this becomes a cascading effect, causing the asset that did go up to go down, and causing other people to go, oh my God, I got to sell this asset to cover my debts. And so um, they look for another set of assets that they want that had gone up, and they sell that, which again, in turn, causes that cascading effect of everyone selling in order to cover their debts. You could see that this is true because, the world is awash with 255 trillion dollars worth of debt, and all that's backed up by actual assets. And so you could also see that in the, remember, I did an crypto video where we saw what was the total assets of all the banks, and the percentage terms of GDP, and it's worked out to about 65% across the board. And so all that debt is covered by, backed up, most of it, at least most of it, is covered by actual assets. And so when you go into debt in a bank for your car, for your house, for your stocks, for your gold, for your corporation. That asset of that you have as collateral goes to the bank, and that's part of their ownership of all the assets. And of course, now if a large sector starts to drop, then that comes the cascading effect. So we see that coming to all of it, every single asset, should the once the financial collapse gets going. So again, the bottom line to answer to this question is Bitcoin will take a hit in the initial phases of the financial collapse, and then we'll probably most likely see a huge spike up shortly afterwards, because then there will be people who are set in cash and are waiting for this event, and they'll be picking it up, loading up on bitcoins at a discount. So look for that as well. Yeah.
So, this is from Daniel Off. Why you always tell about Bitcoin but not Bitcoin Cash?
Well, because Bitcoin Cash is an attempt to create another cryptocurrency that supposedly they believe is better. Um, I believed that it was better at first, because I I didn't agree with smaller blocks, but now that I see the reason for it, now that I see the benefits of it, I see it. I realized that that was the wrong way to go, and that's why I'm supporting the Bitcoin Core. At first, yeah, I thought it was the better idea, but it's not, because it makes it difficult, even difficult for the average person to run a node. And the more people who run nodes, the less centralized Bitcoin would be. And so, yeah, I prefer the current Bitcoin Core. And hey, you know what? If what's his name? I forget the guy's name now. But anyways, if the Bitcoin Cash network grows and surpasses Bitcoin in market cap and so forth, um, it's Roger Ver. So Roger Ver manages to market Bitcoin Cash to new highs and makes it outpace Bitcoin. Yeah, sure. I will. I'm not a max. I don't. I'm with whatever the market chooses when it comes to our decentralized money. And so, if it chooses Bitcoin Cash, then Bitcoin Cash it is. But if it chooses Bitcoin Core, then Bitcoin Core it is. And I'm a big believer in the market. The market knows best. And yeah, so that's where we are.
Okay. Next
Okay.
question.
Yeah. One more question.
This
Oh, a
is
few more.
a few more. Nice. This is again from Alice A. And ask, Davinci, would you give us some ideas of things, of services we could do in the crypto space to earn more money and so be able to invest in Bitcoin?
Oh well. Well, one of the things a lot of people seem to have here on this on my YouTube channel and every YouTube channel I've noticed is that people have a lot of time on their hands, and and they want more Bitcoin, right? And you could always offer your time for a small amount of Bitcoins, a couple of Sats, to anybody in the market. And so you could go on Fiverr, and one of the things you can say is, hey, you know what? I maybe not on Fiverr, but because Fiverr probably will get upset if you say, hey, I can accept Bitcoin. But you can always offer your services to people. What I've never seen somebody do, never, never, not once, not once, ask me, hey, um, can I help you in this regard? And you could pay me um, in Bitcoin for it, right? Um, no, no one has ever asked me that. So, yeah, You can start doing that. You can start asking, hey, you know what? I can do this, this, and this to help your channel or help your business or help your help you in your life or whatever. And all I require is a small amount of sats, right? Try that, right? Try ask instead of like asking for handouts. Try asking, hey, I'm help you for Bitcoin, right? And just phrase it like that. I want to help you. I want to help you for a small amount of Bitcoins, right? And that's how you can make some more Bitcoins. Next question.
Rob, Davinci, do you think Mimble Wimble is good for cryptos?
Yes, I do. I think we just have to flush it out a little bit, see if there's any kind of inflation bug. But yeah, we just need to see it work in the wild first before we before we switch over to it, because money is so important. We have to make sure that there's no holes in this particular protocol, and it's so overly complicated that um, we have to let it marinate for a while before we put it on any kind of major financial system. But yeah, I think there's a huge future for Mimblewimble should it prove itself as a real viable option. All right, one more question.
One more question. Okay. This name is. Okay. I had this one saved for a long time. This is for Menjo Donohue. Okay. Do you think that metals will go up a lot next year?
No, not according to the charts. I mean, we've already looked at the charts of gold, and will we go up a lot next year? That probably is low on that. We will. I think we will go up a little bit. We might go on the gold side. We'll have to see a breakout of the local highs before we can see um, higher prices. Um, and yeah, that's it. I don't see that happening because the cabal is very good at keeping prices down. So I would say we're probably going to see higher prices in 2021 is where we're going to see the Bitcoin, gold prices, metal prices go a lot higher. Is where I think things are going to really start moving and shaking for metals. So yeah, I think you should dollar cost average into metals because you just don't know for sure. But the highest probability is 2021 is where we see the metals doing very well. All right, well, thank you everybody for watching this stream today. Wow, we've had like 600 connections. Wow, that's
Yes,
amazing.
that's a record.
Yes, it is. I think so. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And yeah, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, right? This will definitely help me decide if I want to do more videos. If you guys are very appreciative, and that's the minimum you could do, right? Even if you don't buy any of the products that I have back here, that's okay. Just, it doesn't cost you anything to hit the subscribe or hit the like button, so please do so. And if you don't like the videos, that's okay. You could hit the other button. I'm sure it works just as well. So thank you, everyone, and I hope to see you guys on Friday. Cheers.
Bye.